Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm in my 8th battle in my T110E4. I just recently got this tank, and I really contemplated whether I wanted this tank over the E3, but since the latest nerf to the E3 with the tank traverse and I think accuracy, I just decided that I'm probably not going to go for that tank and just live with the E4. Alright, so I'm platooned up with Drewski. We were on highway standard battle, and to kind of tie this into what I wish I knew when I started tanking, this is a tank destroyer, but however this is a heavy tank destroyer, so you can play this like a heavy tank. Now I purposely drive through this cover, these houses, and you'll see I kind of take it at an angle because I don't want them to be able to use this if we were to lose field. If we do lose the field and they try to cap, they don't have those houses to hide behind. So if you're ever driving from the north spawn, it's good to just knock those houses down. Drewski's in his T-light. He's driving through the field. He's down in H6. T110E4 has the cupola that can be penetrated rather than the E3. Really, the E3, the only soft spot it's got is the lower plate, and that's not a guarantee. But benefits-wise, you lose a little bit of armor, but you get more mobility and a turret on this thing. It only goes 90 degrees left and right, but it still is a turret, so it is a benefit. Alright. So I'm looking for shots. Drew's got this stuff spotted. I just threw a shell at the Jag. I knew I probably wasn't going to hit him, but you know, RNG can be on your side every once in a while and maybe land a silly shell like that. You notice we have nothing on the 1, 2, 3 line, so I'm going to make an aggressive push, hoping that my team covers me. And even the guys on the 9 line by the bridge can see down this railroad track, so they should be able to cover me if somebody gets to my side. So there is a heavy tank that crossed. I don't want him to get to my side and be hidden from those guys, so I want to make sure that I keep him in front of me. And it's a 113. He's got his tank angled there, but as long as you can see the front drive wheel of a 113, chances are you're probably going to pen him through it and track him at the same time. So I drive on his side. Their E3 hits me, and we shut down the 113. And the E3's got a really long reload, so I'm just going to make sure I take my time here, aim on his lower plate, and start backing up as soon as I shoot. You can see they have a Jag Tiger on my left. He's trying to find shots through the railroad. He bounces there. To me, in this situation, E3 is the most dangerous tank. Our Patton takes him down. I can see their Patton there. I'm going to push forward, and this is kind of dangerous because there's a lot of tanks on my side. However, I feel like once again they have to drive down the railroad tracks to come behind me, and I have a bunch of tanks on the 9 line that should be able to cover me. This Conqueror is looking for a shot on me. I figure it's okay to trade with him at this point. I think just because we have map position, we need to take advantage and win this flank, because the chances are they're going to be coming through the field. Alright, so since my team is pushing the outside, I want to contain the inside. And you can see this mouse already made his way up through here. So I see the T-34, I get a nice shot into him, he bounces off of me, and now I'm going to go back out. However, Drew died at this point, and he's letting me know, so he's my spotter. One great thing about platoons is if you get killed, you can have them kind of help you throughout the choke to get through it. And that Jag Tiger is right on the corner of that building looking for me. The T-34 tracks me. And I'm trying to get this Jag to shoot at me, but he's not taking the bait. So the T-34 backs up a little bit. I'm going to look at his side, shut him down. And I think this Jag probably should have pushed on me at this point, but I can't really blame him either because he's probably going to be exposed if he does. So I'm just reloading, and then I'm going to decide what to do. Drew tells me not to worry about the Jag. Try to cover this road. And this is where they start to funnel into the back into the inside as soon as I back up. So I believe at this point they're starting to put some pressure on our cap. Once again, you can't really see it because the signaling with the replay is messed up, but team's starting to make a push. So since that guy's making a push, our Action 10, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to try to help him out. And I get my side turn just enough for that Jag Tiger. And Drew lets me know that the Conqueror is more important than the Jag. However, the Conqueror dies. But I am fast enough to get my turret around to kill that Jag Tiger, which in an E3 I think that doesn't work, so this tank definitely has the benefit of that turret. Drive through this building, see the Conqueror, and shut him down, lock in 726 more damage. Now this E4 is getting circled, or has two tanks pressuring him, but for some reason he's not dying. Drew told me that he did just shoot, so I'm not too worried about it. And they're going to allow me to reload and shut him down for my 4th kill. Alright, so now it's back to cap. And our sniper calls for help. We all say affirmative, we're on the way. And really, back to what I wish I knew when I started tanking, talking about map location, taking your heavy tank to the choke, and then being aware of the map and realizing we sent nobody down the 1, 2, 3, so we have to put a lot of pressure on them to try to win that before they get on our cap. And this T95 did a good job of holding his own. Saw it driving at this point. I think this 268 is just going to hide below the ridge. However, he does pop his head back up right here. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to try to see how aggressive he gets. And I believe he starts looking at my top cap. I'm going to shut him down. But I also know that the T-light was looking at me. So see the T-light out in the field there. And I had a great lead shot on him, but I hit the silo. So he's all the way down the 1 line. So what I want to do is just kind of cut him off to make sure that he can't get away from us. And at first I was going to go G-line, but Drew confirmed with me that he's probably already past us at this point. So my best bet to cut him off is going to be at the bridge. And Drew's pinging the heavy tank. We have a heavy tank up in A3. And really his thought process is the scout isn't in A1, so he might as well just go cover the base just in case if he were to sneak by me. But at this point, you can see that the T-light is pretty much conceded defeat. And I get a nice leading track or shot into him, but it hits his track. So 10 pens, 5 kills. We win 15-10, and I have 32 hit points left. So let me get to endgame stats here. This gun is fantastic. The armor is good, and mobility is decent. I really enjoy this tank. Like I said, it's only my 8th game in this tank, but I've really enjoyed it so far. And that's really coming from a guy who doesn't think highly of the E4. When I fight them in my tier 10s, I don't find them too hard to battle. However, I do ACED, get a high caliber with 7,300 damage. T95 threw down 4,600 damage, and our chieftain did 3,700. So we had some key contributors there. You see on their team, they didn't really have a good focal point anywhere. So even though it seemed like we didn't roll them, when you look at their team, it seems like we should have. And I think that's just a matter of not having the support down in the choke to really put the foot on their throat when we needed to. But that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next video.